I've spent my entire working life matching people to properties, and I get a huge kick out of it.
I believe that the only reason to move is if you've got the location wrong.
The battle of whether to stay or whether to go. It's being fought in homes up and down the country.
I would definitely love to stay here.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
I'm heading up Team Love It, and my aim is to convince people the expense of moving can be better spent transforming their existing homes.
She loves knocking down walls. She adores changing layouts of properties.
Well, you know what I'm about to do. Watch me, Phil, watch me.
Get the sledgehammer out.
But while I am busy trying to make their house better, Phil Spencer is seducing them with other homes.
As captain of Team List It, I'll be showing our homeowners the benefits of selling up and moving on.
It's just awesome.
Come on!
No, I think you did very well.
I'm speechless.
Moving house is a nightmare. Who wants to move house?
Kirstie's going to have to work hard, which she's not really used to.
So after 2 months of Kirstie spending their hard-earned cash on a refurb and me tempting them to sell up, who will come out on top when we ask?
Are you going to love it?
Or are you going to list it?
Oh, it was simpler when we were just searching for houses.
I am searching for houses. Happy days.
Up to now, in our bid to help battling families decide between loving it or listing it, Kirstie is firmly in the lead with 3 loves to my single list. But tonight, I'm raising my game.
This week, our Love It or List It challenge brings us into the idyllic heart of the English countryside.
I'm a bit jealous of you getting the opportunity to house hunt around here, actually, because there are so many lovely villages.
So it's certainly a very pretty place to go house hunting.
We're travelling 7 miles north of Northampton to the charming village of Brixham.
To a 1920s workers' cottage, where schoolteacher Sarah and her husband Ian, a rugby development officer, are butting heads over how to turn their property into a functioning family home.
In my head, I've got like a vision as to how you could make this house workable.
Yeah, I can't
See, Ian can't see that at all.
I can't see Sarah's vision.
You haven't got a very grand imagination, maybe. I clearly have.
And this is their battleground, a red brick house valued at £185,000. There's a small, snug sitting room leading into a long dining room, galley kitchen and conservatory. Upstairs, they have 2 double bedrooms and a family bathroom.
I love it here because it's quite rural, a good village location with undisturbed views.
They might have only lived here 2 years, but with growing daughter Amelie and 2 large dogs to contend with, Ian thinks they've already outgrown the house and he's desperate for more space.
When we moved in, Emily was a lot smaller than she is now. She wasn't walking around or running around everywhere. We only had 1 fairly big dog. Now we have 2 dogs.
Despite her initial love for this house, Sarah has to agree that the property's layout is not best suited to family life.
I feel like a 1900s housewife stuck over a hot stove whilst, you know, Ian and Amelie will be having fun out here.
Even their more modern conservatory is too cold and cluttered to be a useful family space.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it. It is the bane of my life, I think.
It's kind of like a dog holding room.
Yeah, that is the best way to describe it. A dog holding room, dash tack room, dash mud room, really.
Whilst they agree on their mutual dislike for the conservatory, their views on this property couldn't be more different. Sarah is desperate to make this house work for them.
Although we've only been here for a short time, Amelie's grown up here, really. We've got lots of memories already.
We've had some great memories, but we can always create new memories somewhere else.
This couple are clearly in a quandary. I think it's time we stepped in to help Phil.
Nice looking house, though.
Hello.
Good morning to you.
Oh, it's everybody.
Phil.
Hello, good morning.
Very nice to meet you, Ian.
Nice to meet you. Hello.
This is a friendly person here.
Yeah.
You've got 2 dogs.
Yes.
2 dogs. 1
Baby, well,
toddler.
a pony.
A pony?
Okay.
It's a pony out the back?
No. Back, down the road.
Down the road.
Right, so a lot going on.
You're not wrong, Kirstie. I think we should step out of the rain, get inside and get down to business.
Who wants to stay and who wants to go?
I just love this house. I feel really at home here. I like the features, the fireplaces in the bedrooms. I love a bit of character, and that's what I don't think I will be able to find around here.
What are the chances of this being your forever home?
I just can't see myself moving yet.
Ian, you're all set for the move. You're up for this.
Yeah, I'm quite keen to find a different property that suits how we are as a family and for the future, basically.
Is that because you don't want to muck about sorting this and you've moved on mentally?
I absolutely hate it down here at the moment with how the layout is.
Completely.
That room is the darkest room you can get. There's no natural light that really gets in there very well.
You've got a whole bunch of problems with this house.
Yes, we have.
Actually, I'll rephrase that. You've got a whole bunch of problems with this house.
Phil, there are no problems here, only opportunities, and I can't wait to get started.
No back door for the dogs.
No, you could put one in there. If you knock down that wall and put in the back door there, you'd be
put
done.
one in there because they've got quite a wide passageway there.
While Kirstie's trying to knock down every wall in their house, I'm convinced these guys should be listing and moving on. So I'll be on the hunt searching for family-friendly homes with plenty of growing space. But with limited stock pushing prices up in this desirable area, I'm going to have to work hard to find Sarah exactly what she wants. They have a budget of £250,000 to spend, but Sarah and Ian will need to add to that around £8,500 in moving costs.
I think that is dead money, especially since they've only lived here for 2 years. I would prefer to see that cash go into a renovation so that I can make this house work for them again. They have given me £30,000 to transform this house into their forever home. And a certain wall needs to go pronto.
It's just this. Oh, it's solid. Oh dear. Damn, I hate finding a solid wall.
The enclosed kitchen seemed to be Sarah's biggest issue, so to see just how much this wall is working against them, we set up cameras to monitor the family movements. We discovered that on an average evening, Sarah spends almost a third of her time in the kitchen, separated from Ian and Amelie. So, to solve this problem, I'm formulating a cunning plan. Must tell Baldrick.
I think it can be sorted out. How insulated is this conservatory? Ish.
They're using it as an office, toy storage, dog beds, saddles, boots, everything's going on.
You know what? So much of this is a storage issue.
It's a small house.
Not by the time I've finished with it, Phil. I'm going to check out the bedroom situation.
And I want to see what kind of garden I'll be competing with.
Dovecot, play area. This will be hard for me to beat, but beat it I must.
Well, the upstairs isn't looking too shabby.
Good size. Both the bedrooms are a generous size. I don't think the problem's up here.
I disagree, Kirstie.
How old's their little girl? 2?
Yeah, I think.
I assume they'll be thinking about
Yeah, but
more
you
to
could
follow.
The one thing I can't give them is an extra bedroom. So
No, there's no room to go up into the loft, I think.
you could fit 2 in that other bedroom if you had a nice downstairs.
I think this upstairs space is workable for quite a while if their family stays small. But the downstairs area needs to be redesigned to become their main social space. So my challenge is to give this family an open-plan living and dining space, much more storage, and to get rid of that pesky conservatory. I reckon it will be achievable within their £30,000 budget. And it will make their £185,000 house much more saleable, should they be crazy enough to list it.
It's my job to make the house work for them.
Yeah.
So that's what I have to do.
You can, but don't spend too much money, because they will be moving at some point.
Well, we'll see, Phil, because that all depends on their future plans.
If your plan is to have 2 kids, that's fine. You could fit 2 children in that bedroom. I've just knocked down the wall between my son's room because they wanted to share. And I think they like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like the idea of actually the downstairs being the main space because I think it encourages you to spend time as a family, really.
Yeah.
What am I going to have to find in order to convince you that it's a good idea?
It would have to be something with character, somewhere with a good garden for the dogs and Amelie to play in, and a nice village location.
3 bedrooms?
3 bedrooms would be good. Whether you'll find it, I don't know.
I can find them. Whether you'll like them or not is a different matter. It's quite a long list.
I'm completely, a bit fussy.
Appealing to Sarah's very specific tastes won't be easy. I need to find somewhere that's open plan, but with an old-fashioned feel. A 3rd bedroom for a future expanding family is a must, plus some garden space for their dogs, and a stunning village setting is key. No pressure then.
Whatever work was done would have to add value to the house and be user-friendly for all of us.
I'm going to add value to this house and make it work.
Are we going to get somewhere with, that nicer garden, south-facing, beautiful in the summer, in this rural location?
She's got an awful lot to say about how much she loves this house and doesn't want to move. But it doesn't work for them.
I still think I'll be cemented in with foundations. You and Amelie and the dogs will just have to move.
Yeah.
We're a good team.
We are indeed. Excellent team.
I just love what this house could become, and one day you will see it.
I think Phil's going to show you a new house.
No, I don't think we will.
It's daggers at dawn in the Northamptonshire countryside. For the past 7 months, Sarah and her husband Ian have been in conflict over their house. Valued at £185,000, Sarah loves their home and wants to adapt it to their growing needs.
Whilst Ian, despite them only having lived there for 2 years, is convinced its size restrictions mean they've outgrown this house and that they should list it.
We are giving them 2 options. They can either love their house again after it's undergone a massive renovation under the watchful eye of yours truly.
I've had an idea. I've had a stroke of genius, Phil.
Or they can list their much more sellable renovated house after being inspired by an array of properties which will suit their growing needs perfectly. I've been working round the clock to find some real contenders, but I'll be honest, finding them a 3-bed property in the right location with character and a garden in their 250 grand budget and convincing Sarah won't be easy.
I'm sure you appreciate it is a big ask.
Yeah,
no, it's a massive ask.
Thanks.
Willing for compromise.
You know you've got to move. You know you've got to move.
But it'll have to tick all my really fussy boxes. So
Tell me about your fussy boxes.
I grew up in a really nice small village where I knew everybody, and I just loved that little village feel. I just feel that I want that for Amelie.
We're in the village of Clipston, which is a 15-minute drive from their current home. The only drawback to a lovely location like this is that you get less house for your money. Let's hope Sarah can keep an open mind once inside.
Right, well, this is the first one. It was built 6 years ago,
OK.
Okay.
but it's been built in a kind of period style, without the period problems.
On the market for £245,000 and £5,000 under their maximum £250,000 budget, this detached house gives Sarah the open-plan living and dining that she craves. There's a downstairs toilet and even a small utility area perfect for the dogs. Upstairs, there's a main shower room and 3 bedrooms.
I quite like
fairly-
the style of it. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's still got some character.
It's quite small, actually, isn't
Yeah.
it?
It's rather small.
Yeah.
It is in a really
Yeah.
pretty village.
Perhaps the garden views might win them over.
Amelie's play frame that's up would take up the majority of this garden. We wouldn't really have much of a garden left, would we?
There's a footpath for dog walks and that kind of thing that runs up the side.
Okay.
So in terms of your accessibility to the countryside, your views over it, I think it's absolutely terrific.
You got a small garden, but you're right, the countryside's right on your doorstep again, so, you know, there's
Couldn't have put it
there.
finer myself.
But will Sarah be as willing to compromise?
I think I like the house. I like the location. It's just too small.
In order to motivate Sarah to move, I'm going to have to show her the full package. And the reality is that if the location is something that she's going to approve of, which this is, then the house is likely to be a bit too small.
So Sarah's still not sold. Can the 3 bedrooms be a game changer?
Yeah, good size room, isn't it?
The
You could
doors
always
are
put
lovely.
a built-in wardrobe over there.
Hi up.
Hello.
Hey.
So the 3 beds.
Yeah,
right,
these
isn't
two are
it?
really good sizes. That one is a tiny weeny box.
Yeah. And whatever Kirstie does at yours,
It's not good.
it's not going to be 3 bedrooms.
No, yeah.
It's just a starting point, a good example of something that you could find if you chose to list.
Yeah.
When you choose to list, because you need to move,
That's it.
as you well know.
You move, I'll stay.
Phil seems to have fallen at the first hurdle with Sarah. Shame. So I'm forging ahead with my vision to give them the family-friendly home they crave. Now a talented man I know has helped put this vision to paper, and I can't wait to share these ideas.
I completely get this space doesn't work. My solution is to knock the whole thing through.
Yeah.
So here you've got, you know, a proper built extension.
Yeah.
So my plan will see the conservatory knocked down, new foundations laid and an insulated brick extension built with a glass roof, producing a more spacious feel. Their existing kitchen wall will be removed to create a brand new large open-plan kitchen diner, and the back part of the current kitchen will be transformed into a utility room with a downstairs loo. This will cost them their full budget of £30,000.
This is predominantly where you're going to have a nice big space to entertain, be in the kitchen, close to the garden, especially in the summer.
I'm actually rather excited.
Sarah's on board. But did I hear a glimmer of enthusiasm from Ian for staying? Good, because they'll have to pay out £8,250 just for the pleasure of moving.
And they may well stay put if I can't find them a new house. I'll be honest, Kay, it's not going well. There are a distinct lack of property options here for their budget and requirements. Should be music to your ears.
Just texting Kirstie. Looks like I've got plenty of miles to cover on this search. Don't wait up. Kiss, kiss.
Oh dear, poor lamb.
Three weeks later, the workmen arrived to begin taking down the conservatory. And Sarah is on a money-saving mission.
Sarah sold our conservatory using social media. And we got £300 for it, which is all right, considering it's going to go in a skip.
Go, Sarah. It is worth considering if you're removing something from your home via online auction sites and social media pages, conservatories, kitchens and bathrooms, if in good nick, can all be sold on. Then the money goes to your redecoration. Win-win. Now that the build is moving on at a lightning pace, Ian seems delighted. Could I be winning him over?
It looks totally different, total transformation. It's a bit wow.
If Ian is impressed with this giant hole, then wait till he sees the shiny new glass roof when that's fitted.
While Team Lovett are working hard at the house, I'm back on the road with Sarah and Ian. The last house died a spectacular death, so now I'm having to forego a quaint village setting for space. But already Sarah seems dissatisfied.
Woodford isn't as quaint and kind of picturesque, but that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring you here, because it also means that you get more bang for your buck. You can get a bigger house for less money.
Okay.
But it still very much has all of the things that you would wish for from a village.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
It's just quite a mix of new and old.
Yeah.
Well, the lacklustre response to the location I was expecting, but hopefully the house will size up better.
Right, well, the house is down the footpath there.
Oh,
So we'll head down there.
exciting.
This semi-detached Victorian stone cottage has all the character Sarah could ever want. And on the market at just under 210,000, a fantastic 40 grand beneath their top budget of £250,000. Downstairs offers a nice bright living room and a good-sized open kitchen diner with an added utility room. Upstairs, there are again 3 bedrooms and a bathroom. Outside, there's a lovely big garden that would be perfect for Emily. But will Mum go for it?
It's really nice.
You
Very
sound
country.
surprised.
Yes. It is very nice. No, it's bigger than I thought it would be as well. I think because it's traditional, I thought it would be quite pokey inside, but actually it's quite open at the back here. It's lovely.
Just have a little look through that door. Because you've got utility and dog beds and storage and horse tack, and that can all live in there.
This is good, Sarah.
Oh.
I think they're quite impressed.
Great. So downstairs is sizing up well for Sarah. Let's hope that she can see beyond this house's location.
Yeah, this is a nice room, isn't it?
Really fresh.
You like it? Good value for money with a house.
Yeah,
though,
I
isn't
know,
it?
you do. You get really good value for money.
Lovely
this is
stone-
our sort of
stone
dream
cottage. That's what
dream
you want.
house.
How are you getting on in here?
Oh, hello. Yes, it's really pretty, but not my dream village,
No.
which is my problem.
No. Do you want a lovely house for less money, not such a known area?
Yeah,
Or do you want a smaller house for more money in a really beautiful area that you're familiar with?
yeah. Which is the difficult one.
I mean, forgive me, but I don't think it's that difficult, actually, because there's no point moving unless you
No.
can get a decent
Yes,
amount of
yeah.
space.
That's right, yeah. You've
But
got to think
not-
about the space and the future. So-
Yeah. I didn't think I'd be seeing a house like this on our budget. But it's, yeah.
Not
It's
enough yet.
definitely making
yet.
me think a lot.
Good.
So,
That's
yeah.
all I can ask at this stage.
Inching closer.
She needs to carry on thinking as well.
Sarah's on the turn. I can feel it. She's starting to realise that her dream house is within grasp if only she can look beyond the location. Things are looking up, Allsop.
Well, I'm glad you're having more luck than me, because we have just uncovered something back at the house that could derail their budget. I'm meeting with Colin the builder to find out whether this is the end of the line.
What is going on up here?
I think that this is a railway, a train line.
What, a piece of steel?
Piece of steel.
A piece of track?
Yeah, a piece of track.
Wow. Why and where?
Well, these are pre-war houses, and I think that this is just the sort of stuff that they could get hold of to be able to build the houses. So
what is that a problem, though? If you need a new steel, that's going to add to the cost.
yeah, it is.
Do we have any idea of how much?
You're looking between £1,500 and £2,500. So
That's sucking on a lemon, isn't it?
yeah. We're going to get the structural engineering,
Right.
and we're going to have to ask him what he thinks we should do about that.
While we wait to hear from the structural engineer, I'll be keeping my fingers crossed that the pesky piece of steel is structurally safe enough to remain. Otherwise, the expense could put the brakes on their renovation dream. In Northamptonshire, Sarah and Ian's domestic dilemma continues. Should they love their house?
Or should they list it?
I'm actually rather excited.
For the past few weeks, I've been searching for a new house that ticks all of self-confessed fussy Sarah's requirements.
It's definitely making me think a lot.
Good.
So,
That's all I can ask at this stage.
Meanwhile, I've been overseeing a mammoth renovation in a bid to rid them of their property problems. And this build is really gathering momentum. Their conservatory is now completely gone, and their new extension is shaping up nicely, with a fantastic glass roof being installed, which will bathe their downstairs in some much-needed light. But since Phil opened up Sarah's mind to the possibility of moving, it seems like she has doubts of her own.
Are you regretting it at this stage? Are you wondering what you got yourselves into?
There have been moments where I was thinking, oh my goodness, what are we doing? But actually then the structure of the roof was in place. And I was holding Emily and she could see the moon and the stars and she was like, look, Mummy, the moon. So I thought, actually, it will be worth it eventually.
It will
when
be
it's
worth
all
it
done,
eventually.
it looks really good. The shell of it looks really good, so.
And focusing on the family benefits of this renovation will really help Sarah and Ian keep the faith.
I just want to see Emily just tottering around in this room. I think that will be really lovely. You know, it's such a lovely, friendly, open space.
It's brilliant, and I'm really looking forward to when it's decorated and just transformed.
Ian's gone quiet, but I'm as excited as Sarah, and decor is exactly what I'm turning my mind to next. I've been gathering ideas from all over the place as to how to create space that seamlessly flows from the indoors out. What I love about this stylish kitchen diner is the way the thin metal-framed windows allow the garden to be so visible and flood the room with light, ensuring that there is hardly a difference between outdoor dining and indoor dining. This room, with a glass ceiling like Sarah and Ian's, is one I particularly feel would appeal to Sarah. The cosy, vintage, lived-in look with a lifetime's collection of different fabrics would be right up her street. But the decorating will come with time. First, I've come to meet them to find some low-maintenance laminate flooring that can be easily cleaned of mud when their four-legged friends come bounding in from walks.
That is too white. You would see the dirt on that.
White cupboards,
But that one,
white everything.
I'm just saying you wouldn't ever see any dirt on that. No, I like that one.
But aesthetics aren't the top priority. The dogs are large and get muddy, so the flooring needs not to hold on to dirt and be durable. So I've set Sarah a little test.
Do a bit of grinding. And one heel, just keep one heel in one place. Put all your weight on one heel. Not that all your weight is a lot, but still. There we are. OK. You literally...
I have not even marked it.
Wow, I'm impressed. I am really impressed. That's pretty good. I mean, I'm not sure the dog could do much better than that.
No, not at all. That's really good.
If you did that on my floor at home, it would no way stand up to that, and I've got a real wood floor.
The UK flooring sector is currently estimated to produce 290 million square metres a year. That's like 74 football pitches every day. I'm a real wood floor girl, preferably second-hand. But there are some great laminates around, though you must be sure you buy the right quality and thickness for your needs. When shopping, check the pack carefully for its AC rating between 1 and 5. The higher the number, the stronger the flooring.
Well, I'd certainly take a sample home with the tiles and see how the light looks. You've got to make sure you see it in daylight, at home, in your own room, before you make a decision, but I think that stuff's a winner.
Back at the house, things are coming together. It turns out that the railway sleeper was simply a steel beam. That can stay, according to the structural engineer, so it's full steam ahead.
We've done the best for them.
Yeah, there's no reason why we shouldn't come out of this smelling like roses, but you know what life's like? Sometimes you smell like manure.
Speak for yourself. I put my aftershave on this morning.
Oh, did you? What is your aftershave, Phil? Is it special blend? The Phil Spencer
Eau de Phil.
Eau de Phil. Oh, God. That's an image I'm not going to get out of my head.
Sorry, Phil, but I'm looking forward to the sweet smell of success. And as we get closer to the finish line, their house is starting to look like a winner.
I'm delighted the works are going well because if nothing else, it'll help them sell it at whatever stage they decide to list it. This is my last chance to get them moving out and moving on, so I've pulled out the bag a family-friendly cottage that neither the previous 2 houses or their current house in whatever state can compete with. I'm convinced Sarah can be swayed.
You do seem much more open to the idea.
No, it definitely is a big step for me.
You are.
Because you were very staunch. I'm
No,
staying
I
in this
was.
house.
I'm surprised at myself because I'm so stubborn. I mean, you live with me, so you know how stubborn I am.
So-
We have got one person to convince, though. Emily.
Oh, Emily.
She didn't want to move when we were talking to her the other day.
Yeah.
He said, do you want to move house? No.
No.
I don't want to move.
Well, I think she might change her mind when she sees this place as it really is a perfect package.
Well, given where we are, given its character, the village, it's all the bells and whistles, this is.
But it comes at a price.
It's 265 as an asking price.
Okay.
Not saying that it's worth that, not saying that they'll get that, but that's what they're asking.
Okay.
Let's see what it's all about.
At £265,000, this detached 18th century cottage is 15 grand over budget, but I've heard they may accept a lower offer. It's located within a picturesque village and is bursting with character and period features that Sarah will love. Downstairs, there's a well-proportioned living room with open fireplace. There's a separate decent-sized dining room that connects to a large traditional kitchen and a utility room leading out to the garden. Upstairs boasts 3 pretty big bedrooms, perfect for an extended brood, and a fully fitted family bathroom. So all the space they could ever need.
Utility room, very useful.
Yep.
Straight into the dining room with its fireplace,
Lovely.
but connects through to the kitchen.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
Tell you what, that's nice.
And
isn't
that's
Yeah.
quite a wide door as well, so it doesn't
Yes.
feel so shut off.
In all of these older style cottages, the rooms are going to be a little bit higgledy-piggledy,
Yeah.
and we've
Yeah.
come across that, but
Yeah.
I like this one because of it is quite connected. It's got a nice doorway,
Yeah.
and you're still very much, everyone can see everyone.
Yeah, it does feel quite open, actually.
Yeah, I like that.
Very open, Sarah, as is the love it or list it playing field. I think I might have hit the jackpot here.
Lovely. Let's go and explore some more.
As well as needing a good downstairs layout, the key element in this whole search has centred around their need for more space if their family expands. So hopefully the upstairs should solve that problem.
I do like it a lot.
Yeah.
I think we need to call our financial advisor.
So you're still thinking of you would like to list potentially then?
Potentially, yeah. I'm feeling quite excited.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, I really
Hopefully.
like this house.
Sarah's making all the right noises, but she seems to have suddenly lost her tongue.
What's up?
I don't know.
She's worried.
She's worried about something.
I don't know.
She's gone quiet. She's not like...
Very unlike you. Perhaps it might be
No,
that
I
you're
think
suddenly coming to terms with you might have to move.
Yeah, that's the other option, yeah.
I think that's it. I'm speechless
Yeah.
for once. It doesn't very often happen.
We should make the most of it. Have a wander. Go on. I'm intrigued as to what's going on. I'm not reading her. She has gone quiet. And this is a really lovely house.
I feel like Sarah's right on the edge here of joining Team Listed, and I've not even played my trump card. Knowing Sarah grew up in a rural village, I think this location could seal the deal.
So just to kind of complete the dream of rural village life, what are we, 50 steps from the house?
Wow.
You're onto a footpath.
Oh, wow.
So you walk across the field to the church, Emily at Sunday school. This is
Very nice.
proper village life.
I really like it. And I know I've said that as I've gone along. Today really has been an eye-opener for me. I'm glad I'm glad I did this.
And look at you, you're kind of beaming.
I'm excited. Yeah.
But you've got to finish your building work.
Yep.
Make sure that's as good as it possibly can be.
Yeah.
And it'll fetch you lots of money.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can afford to buy something rather nice like that.
Yeah.
That's right. Sold.
Sold. So I get on the phone.
Yeah.
I'll get on the phone to Kirstie. Yeah. Bad luck, love. They're listing.
This ain't over, Pip. Wait till they both see what I've done to their house. Phil and I are back on the road, heading to Brixworth to meet up with the dog-daft, rugby-loving family, the Renards.
Will you be able to tackle them into buying a new house?
You're coming out with all the puns today.
Well, I do try.
But today is a serious day, Phil, because it's decision day. Sarah and Ian will need to decide what to do about their home and answer our ever-pressing question.
Are you going to love it?
Or are you going to list it?
Their current family home isn't working for them anymore. So I've spent several weeks searching for a contender to Sarah's much-loved house, trying to open up her mind to the possibility of moving, showing them some cracking properties along the way.
It's a really nice house. It's like a dream house, but not my dream village.
And over the course of 9 weeks, we've managed an ambitious renovation, which heralded the end of their detested conservatory and turned their house into a chaotic building site.
But now the work's over and we're on our way back.
Oh, it's going to be fun. I like this bit.
I like this bit too.
One of the things about this job is we meet new people every day. I'm in a different part of the country, different house, different problem.
I'm amazed you keep up, Phil. I really am. It's a testament to your enormous brain that you managed to hold it all in.
And that brain of yours should be worried as my renovation is complete. Once this house was cramped and dark. And now the kitchen has been transformed into a gorgeous convivial space. The kitchen wall that once separated Sarah from her family has been removed to reveal a large, elegant, open-plan room that is bathed in light from the new glass roof.
Sarah and Ian moved out 3 weeks ago and have now returned for a private view before Kirstie arrives and tells them they have to stay.
Okay. Oh my God.
Wow. Look at that.
I can't believe it.
It's so big.
It doesn't even look like our house.
And upstairs we have a surprise for a special little lady.
Do you like your big girl bed? That's
like your big girl bed?
Girls.
Yeah.
Wow.
They love it. Too bad, Phil.
They love it as it's sellable, Kirstie. Just you wait.
Oh, my word, what have you done? It doesn't even look like the same house.
I know.
What did it feel like when you walked in?
Amazing.
Felt like we were looking at someone else's house.
Yeah, that's what they felt like.
Fantastic kitchen. Love the sink, love the tiles, love the floor.
The floor we bought, super tough. And I think your table looks fantastic in this space.
And around this table are their old wooden chairs, revitalised with new fabric and a lick of chalk paint sandpapered to give them a distressed look. These chairs, as well as the kitchen's solid wooden worktops, bring the outside inside, and the muted neutral tones of the tiling and units help give this space a country kitchen vibe that exudes warmth and charm. But there's more. I stole some space from their old kitchen to create a much-needed utility room with a downstairs loo.
I've got to be honest, I didn't think you were going to be able to get a loo in here.
No. And I have a little present for muddy boot wearers, Ian and Sarah.
Will you do me a favour while you're in there, Phil? Go behind the door, there's a special thing there for the guys. Ta-da!
Wow.
That is a locally made, blacksmith-designed boot rack.
That's fantastic.
Brilliant. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It's really good, isn't it?
And thank you, Phil, for being my little helper.
You've done a lovely job.
It is a good job, isn't it? It really works out.
Excellent. Can't wait to get it on the market.
Stuck record. Stuck record.
I'm teasing Kirstie. In fact, rather intimidated by the competition. You have done a cracking job.
Thank you, Phil. Where once stood a rarely used conservatory, now stands a brand new, fully insulated extension with an absolutely stunning glass roof.
Now, you really weren't happy with the original conservatory, were you? So that came completely down.
Yeah, no, that was a bit of a debate between us. And I have to say, I think you're right, because it does look amazing.
Yeah.
And it kind of brings the house into the garden as well. So
It really does.
A lot better.
Yeah.
So.
Great.
It really works well.
The Renards have added a fabulous £35,000 to the value of their house, so they can put it on the market for £220,000.
But don't forget, the renovation has also made this place 1,000,000 times more sellable, Kirstie. While you were up to your eyes in dust and mortar, I was attempting to inspire a stubborn-minded Sarah with an array of fantastic houses, all within the couple's grasp. They really fell for the last one, in Sibbertoft, which didn't just give them lots of entertaining space and 3 bedrooms, but also the outdoor lifestyle that they adore. Surely it's a no-brainer.
We'll see who's the no-brainer.
I think it's only fair that we just take a moment or two before you reach this very big decision to reflect on the house hunt, and particularly that house in Sibbertoft. And you went back to see it for a second look.
We did, yeah. It was nice, but it wouldn't suit us as a family.
It was just
Because of the garden.
mainly the garden just being that bit too small.
If it was a little bit bigger, it would have been probably the...
More expensive.
Yeah.
But you've absolutely capitalised on what you've got here. Fantastic.
Do you think, yes, whatever happens, this was the right thing to do?
Definitely. It's just made this house so much more of a home. We've unlocked the potential here.
You really have. You
Yeah.
have absolutely maximised this house potential. And I think a lot of people, if you do ever sell this house in the distant future, will come and look at it and think, you know, wow, this is a fantastic house.
It is. Proper job.
So I'm going to ask the question, are you going to love it?
Or are you going to list it?
It's been a really, really tough decision to make. The house is just so amazing. It's just spectacular. It's what we've always wanted, really, isn't it?
But it's time for another family to love it. And we're going to list it.
Oh my God. That's a real blow.
Sorry, Kirstie.
No. It's just that sitting here in this kitchen,
I know, yeah.
looking as it does.
Don't make it harder for
I
them.
know.
I've just made a very brave decision.
It's so beautiful.
Was it a difficult decision?
Yeah, massively.
Really difficult.
Yeah.
Really difficult decision
quite
because,
torn, weren't we?
well, at first I was so stubborn as to I was never moving, but looking at other houses and looking, you know, what we could get, and what we've realised is if we up our budget, then we can actually get something that we could stay in for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a benchmark now.
Yeah.
So anything we do buy will be better than it would have to be better. You know.
Giving advice on how to sell this house well, buy a smaller telly.
Okay.
Because if you're going to put it on the market,
Oh yes.
I don't want that
yeah,
room
yeah.
looking crowded with the telly.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody come in through the front door.
Yes.
Just say, go around the back, so the first thing they see is this. Aren't you noticing, Phil, how I've rebounded from that shock, and I'm just giving advice on how to sell this house well?
Very good.
I'm taking it on the chin. You could learn a thing or two.
But still, great decision, well made.
Yeah. Thank you.
Man. I knew I could rely on you, Ian.
Oh yes, because it's all about the men making the decisions.
The property search days with Phil opened Sarah's eyes to what we could get, and a bit of persuasion from me.
Whilst we have the most beautiful, amazing home now, there are also some really lovely houses out there that could be an amazing home for us. It's got to be done. So it's got to be done. I never thought I'd say those words, but it's got to be done. It's time to move on.
Well, another day, another job well done, Phil Spencer. Even if I do have to get the drinks in this time. But it's still 3-2 to me.
Ah, yes, but I'm on a roll and still have one last chance to make it even Stevens.
Excellent. Large one, I hope. Good girl.
Cheers.
I think it was the right decision. What you've done is put them in a great position because they'll now be able to sell their house.
Yeah.
Kitchen's fantastic.
It's fantastic. I'm glad you think that, but I think it's
It is.
fantastic.
It is.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you. But you deserve to win.
Cheers.
Cheers.